Hello, what is going on, guys? Hockey Guy 1 here. Welcome to my review of Home on the Range. Why am I reviewing this movie? Well, Henry Thomas Pictures actually reviewed Puss in Boots, which was my request, and he requested me to do this in return for that. So that's really the only reason why I'm making this. So that's why I'm making this review. And anyways, Home on the Range is directed by Will Finn and John Sanford and stars Roseanne Barr, Rudy Dench, and a whole bunch of actors and actresses. So the story shows Maggie, Grace, and Mrs. Calloway were three cows to go on a quest to stop Alameda Slim so they could get a bunch of money to save their farm. And the positives of this movie are the 2D animation that they use, the traditionally animated, is just fantastic. And one of the final films that Disney actually did it before completely going out into CG. And yeah, this looks fantastic. And the designs of the background and the character designs are really good. It's 2D. And I mean, of course, there are better 2D animation out there, but this one had some great 2D animation. Home on the Range song that they used in the soundtrack just was great. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was really good. Worked for this movie very well. Mrs. Calloway is probably the only character you can really care for, to be honest. Dude, she's just the only character that has some development, doesn't really, like, the rest are kind of generic. She's like the only one that has somewhat development and changes throughout the film. And over time, she goes to trust Maggie, but other than that, I really can't think of any other positives. And I got that out of the way. My negatives with this movie is, well, the story is honestly pretty weak. Disney could have done much better with the story, but then again, this was in kind of their dark age with a lot of forgettable movies. But yeah, I feel like they could have done much better with the story here. It's just really weak and it's not really Disney kind of thing to make a weak story, but here the story is just ridiculously weak. Our main protagonist is apparently supposed to be Maggie here, but she has like no character. She's just the same character throughout and just is the main protagonist. But she doesn't really have much character to her. And the same thing could be said about Grace. She's also kind of the same way. So Buck is kind of a decent character. I mean, he's not terrible, and he's more likable than our main protagonist. But that's not really saying much. He's kind of just the main protagonist in the subplot, and that's about it. And really bad subplot. That's about it. And yeah, I mean, over time he does it to protect those cows, but he's still kind of, well, not that good of a character. He's decent. Alameda Slim, just a weak villain. There's nothing to his character. He's just a villain because the plot says so, and he just has no motivation. He's just a bad guy who's just rich and is evil. That's about all you could say about him. He's just a generic bad guy. And the song that he sings, like, to distract the cows, is just a terrible song. I mean, it's not really sung very well, but it's terrible. Disney's known for doing that in most of their movies, just having at least one song. Here, it didn't really choose it very well. Like Lion King and some of their much better movies. Literally every single voice actor in this movie did a terrible performance. They were like it's one thing for one actor or actress to be over the top, but it's another thing if all of them are ridiculously over the top. Because literally all of them are ridiculously over the top, and they're just terrible. Terrible. I mean, they're just ridiculously over the top. That's about all I could say about the voice acting. It's terrible. Overall, Home on the Range isn't a terrible movie. I said it was in my top 10 worst Disney movies of all time. But it's still a bad movie, I'll be honest with you. It's not Disney's worst, though, like I said it was then, but it's better than Chicken Little. I could give the movie that much. But, yeah, Home on the Range is still a bad movie. And I'm going to give Home on the Range a 3 out of 10. That was my review of Home on the Range. What are your thoughts on Home on the Range? Did you think it was completely awful? Did you think it was bad like me? Did you think it was okay? Did you like it? Tell me in the comments below. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.